Folks, 18 days left until Season 4. It's been a long season. I kind of hope the Season 4 is going to slap. It's going to be a banger. So I prepared a wish list, some ideas that I want to see in Season 4. Now, just looking back on Season 2 and 3's update, there is a reoccurring theme. We're likely going to get a new map, 3 new weapons, 1 specialization, and a couple of gadgets. These things are nearly guaranteed to be showing up in Season 4. So I'm going to make my suggestions on what I want to see for those things. So I'm also going to be discussing ranked. It's been confirmed that it's going to be cash out this season.
Cash out is back in ranked. I said it.
So no more terminal attack ranked. Following that, we'll talk about some more content, LTMs, little changes, UI features, and to finish off the video, I'll be giving you my take on the most controversial topic in the finals. I'll be discussing balancing, from weapons to the new meta to what meta we want to see, all these sorts of things. I'll be discussing everything balancing related. This will be the final topic of the video and the most extensive part. Okay, so the song that's playing right now in the background is a new Season 4 team. It sounds a lot like the Season 1 team. I think we're going to be going back to that old game show kind of team. So I reckon that the new map is going to be quite similar to the Season 1 maps. It's maybe something like Monaco, so we might get like an Istanbul or an ancient Rome, something like that. I'm going to show a couple of pictures on screen of what I think we might get. Now, the map isn't too important in terms of Season 4. I do hope that it plays smoothly. The Kyoto map in Season 3 played very rough, a lot of frame drops for people on low-end PCs, so hopefully this new map doesn't have so much clutter. The map will look good. It always looks good with Embark, so that's going to be a guarantee. So now in terms of weapons, I think it's a given that we're going to get 1 weapon for every class. So for the light weapon, I'm going to suggest something. It's kind of unique. It's similar to May's weapon from Overwatch, an ice gun. I think, you know, we have the flamethrower for heavy. I think an ice weapon would be a nice addition because we have 2 SMGs, we have 2 pistols, we have long range weapons with the sniper and the bow and the LH1. You know, for light there isn't much more that you can add. That isn't just going to be another rendition of an existing weapon. So I think an ice weapon would be cool. Also adding the multifunction of being able to freeze surfaces. So if you could freeze the floor, make the floor slippy around the cash box, this would be great because rather than picking light class to frag out, you could actually pick light class to kind of add a new purpose to your team, add some support element. You know, even for movement purposes, freezing the floor and sliding down and getting extra movement speed. I think a freeze weapon or something similar to the flamethrower in terms of skill and reward would be good for the light class. For medium build, we have the FCAR, the AK, the FAMAS. We don't need another one of those. We have melee weapons. We definitely do not need another melee weapon. I think a Tommy gun would be really good. It's not an SMG, but it would have a high ammo, really strong close range. It should not have a sight. It should have a similar sight to the KS, to the slug shotgun for the heavy. So when you ADS, you don't actually see an iron sight. You rather just aim in closer, zoom in on your screen. I think this would be a really strong weapon for medium. I think a lot of people would like it. It would not be effective at long range, but close to mid range, it would be very nice. Now for the heavy weapon, I think a Deagle. A Deagle has a place in this game. Heavy has no long range weapons other than the slug shotgun, and I think a Deagle, or even if you went to the extent of an akimbo dual wield Deagle, you can't ADS with it, so it would be very difficult to use at close range, but it would be effective. And you know, it's a high skill, high reward weapon. I think a lot of people would like this. It would look very cool. It would definitely fit the team of the finals. Now moving on to the specialization. Previously we've received the dematerializer for medium and we've received the winch claw for heavy, so more than likely this season we're going to get one for light. And if you look at all the light's current abilities, they're all movement based. The grapple, invis, dash, and they're all movement based. Personally, I've come up with a specialization that I want to see, and it's not based on movement. It would also fit into the medium class. So what I would like to see is a new version of the recon sensors, except rather than scanning players, you run this recon sensors and it scans all the equipment in the map. So if you're close to a building and you know that there's a team in there, you press your ability and it will scan. You can see where all the turrets are, where all the mines are, where everything is. This would be a really good ability, a really good team-based ability, and I think it would work a lot better for medium. I would rather see it for medium. Okay, so in terms of gadgets, I have some really nice suggestions here. I don't think we're going to get many gadgets, maybe 1 or 2. So for the light class, a hack ability. I think it could be like a device or a bomb. You throw it, and in the general direction that it explodes, it will hack the enemy equipment and turn it into your equipment. So if you throw it at a guardian turret, the turret will start shooting the enemies, and if you throw it at mines, they're now your mines, so you can walk over them, and if the enemy walks over them, they're going to explode. Okay, so I don't think that medium is going to receive or does need any new gadgets in this season, so I'm going to skip over to heavy. For heavy, I think we need some sort of mobility gadget. What I've come up with is some sort of a slingshot ability. So basically, you plant it down similar to the zip line, so 2 poles and then a string, a wire across the middle. You walk into it, and the further back you walk, the further you're going to go. Then it will launch you forward. It might give you some sort of a projectile estimation, so similar to the grenade, when you throw it and if you hold it, you'll see the blue arrow, so wherever the blue arrow lands, that's where you're going to land. I think this would be solid for heavy. I don't think heavy should have any sort of OP movement, but something like this where it requires a bit of setup time, I think it'd be worth it, and I think a lot of people would like to use it, especially if you're sitting on a point, capturing a point, and you want to set up some sort of movement to get out of there quickly. So you can get out of there, but you will require some sort of setup time beforehand. Okay, so for ranked this season, season 4 ranked, it's going to be cash out. So we're off to a good start. So I think that the world tour changes, such as the deposit bonus and the team wipe, 10% team wipe, these things might carry over. The deposit bonus is very good. I think that should stay. The team wipe should maybe bump up from 10 to 15% or maybe to 20%, so you can punish third party a little bit more. Also, we need to move back to a system where you're able to D-rank. If you're climbing up the ranks from bronze to emerald, that you should be able to go down if you're on a losing streak, and you should be able to climb higher if you're on a winning streak. And with that being the case, we also need to be rewarded for getting to 3rd place and upwards. I think if you get knocked out in the first round, you need to go down. I think if you come last in the 2nd round, you should also be punished. But from 3rd place to 1st place, you need to be rewarded. And other than that, I don't think there's much more to say about ranked. There's one final change that I want to see, and it's really bothering me because it makes no sense. So far in the finals, we've got a diamond AK skin, we've got a ruby AK skin, and we've got an emerald AK skin. Now, if you've reached the top ranks in every season and you don't use the AK, this just makes no sense. I think they should change the whole system so at the end of the season, whatever rank you reach, you get to choose which gun gets that rank skin. So if you reach emerald rank and you main the model shotgun, you can put the emerald skin onto the model shotgun, put the ruby skin onto the sniper rifle. Whatever rank you get, you can choose the gun that gets that skin. Now, before I get into the controversial balancing topic, I just want to go over a couple of little small features that should be added. First of all, beards, facial hair. This is a very simple change. People would love this. Just add this to the skins, it'd be great. I don't care if you have to buy it. Whatever it takes, add facial hair to the finals. Second of all, the social tab is terrible. If I want to invite your friend to my game and it says that he's in a game, it doesn't tell me how long his game's gone on for. It doesn't tell me what type of game mode he's playing. So if he's in a game of cash out and there's 5 minutes gone, I could have to wait another 25 minutes until his game is finished, and I wouldn't even know when it's going to be finished. So there needs to be some sort of more detail on the social tab. And the next thing, more stats and customization. So it'd be cool if you could see your win percentage with different builds, with the light build or medium or heavy. Also, if you could see how well you perform with different guns. Now, this is a more niche request, so I don't think this might get added anytime soon. But if it does, it'd be great. We need more LTMs. We need that Wild West mode with the revolvers and shotguns. That was good. Any LTMs, some sort of rotation of LTMs this season to entice the casual audience to play the game, because casual players like these modes, and if you reward them for playing it, they might, you know, step up and try out ranked. This is what we want. And, you know, speaking more to the casual players, a solo mode is so easy to add to this game. With a ranked terminal attack not being a thing anymore, there's a space for another mode. So a permanent solo mode, deathmatch, something where you can just hop in mechanically and practice mechanically. This would be so beneficial for the game, and a lot of people would just like to play without relying on teammates. Alright, the most controversial topic, balancing in the finals. I'm going to go into the equipment tab and I'm going to go through the things that I need changes. Most of these things I can skip over, but a lot of weapons specifically will need to be looked at in further detail. So, cloaking device is fine, evasive dash is fine, grappling hook fine. The 9.3R pistol needs more damage, it lacks a purpose. It has no identity, so it needs to be between the XP and the M11 in terms of purpose, so give it more damage. The dagger is fine, the LH1 is fine, maybe a visual recoil change, it's a little clunky, but it's fine. M11 is fine, bow is fine, double barrel perfect, sniper perfect, the sword is perfect. The throwing knives, the skill requirements is too low for this weapon. There needs to be a reload or a stamina bar. If you're good with the throwing knives, this wouldn't affect you, but it's for the players who just pick them up and just spam and spam and spam. Because with the throwing knives, you get the same results as the double barrel and the same results as the M11 close range. Like, you can hit for 180 damage in less than like 0.001 seconds. So there needs to be a reload and a stamina bar, a punishment for spam. Simple. V9S, fine. XP, no, this thing is stupid. The range on this gun is so... This is the best AR in the game. The XP54 is better than the AK and it's better than the FCAR at what they are meant to do. The range is too strong, the headshot multiplier is too strong. It just needs to be dialed back, that's all it is. Close range is fine, mid range is fine, but long range there needs to be more damage drop off. Gadgets, fine. Good. Stun gun, it lasts too long. The stun lasts too long. It's always lasted too long. I don't know why they won't change that, but yeah. Turn, vanish, yeah, they're all perfect. Medium, dematerializer needs a buff, more of a depth, so when you press it, it should go through everything within like a 1 meter radius. It shouldn't be stopped by like a shelf or something. Dematerializer needs a buff. A Guardian turret's fine. Heal beam, yeah, heal beam is fine. AKM, so this is controversial. The AK and the FCAR, I think personally, a lot of people want these to get the old recoil. No, these things, if you give these the old recoil pattern back, and there's a reason why the devs did it. If you give these the old recoil pattern back, you're going to go back to the Season 2 meta of medium, heavy, or heavy, medium. This meta of all ARs, all automatic rifles, it's just not the finals. You're taking away from the model, you're taking away from the revolver, and all the shotguns, all the single fire weapons. If you give these back the old recoil patterns, it's just going to be so boring. These guns are fine the way they are. The good players are good with them, the bad players are still okay with them. They're fine. The CL40, oh my, yeah, this needs a huge buff, like huge buff. Damage, specifically. The radius is fine, actually, but it needs a damage buff. Dual blades, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this just makes no sense. I don't know, they were kind of lazy this season with the balancing changes. The dual blades are terrible. They need to deflect more accurately, and they need to do more damage and faster. The FAMAS is perfect. The model is perfect. There is a change that's needed in the finals, and you need to be able to cancel the reload animation for all weapons by pressing the pull-out weapon button or the shoot button. The revolver, it's fine. The revolver is a good weapon, actually. It's fine. I don't think it needs a longer damage range either. I think it's fine the way it is. Riot shield, yeah, riot shield serves its purpose. It's fine. Or even a passive speed boost with these weapons, something like that. Third is fine. Reshaper is fine. Defib, it's not point in me commenting on that. Explosive mine, yeah, all these are fine. Oh, this thing makes no sense. It does too much. It's fine for stopping you from using your specialization, but like dropping the cash box out of your hand, it makes no sense. So I don't mind that it stops lights from dashing or it stops you from using your heal beam, but knocking items out of your hand, it makes no sense. That shouldn't be a thing. And also maybe add a timer onto them so when you put it down, it disappears after maybe 15 seconds. Goo grenade, it's fine. Jump pad, perfect. All these are perfect. Heavy charge and slam. This makes no sense. I always use charge and slam because it's the most broken ability in the game. It should not be able to do over 300 damage ever. There should be a serious damage drop off with the charge and slam after the first hit. First hit should do 80 damage, and then after that it should do less and less and less. Goo gun is fine. Mesh shield, fine. Winch claw. Yeah, winch claw is fine. Flamethrower is good. Shotgun is good. Lewis gun needs the old recoil pattern back. Now, that contradicts what I said earlier about the AK and the FCAR, but the Lewis gun also received a huge damage nerf and a fire rate nerf in Season 3. This gun has been unusable. It needs the old recoil pattern back. Same for the M60. Needs the old recoil pattern back. If you want to nerf the M60 damage a bit more and give it back the old recoil pattern, that makes sense. But yeah, both these guns need better recoil. Grenade launcher is fine. The SA-12, this is good. Sledgehammer is good. Spear is fine. I think the secondary alt fire, you should be able to cancel it. Other than that, it's fine. Anti-gravity cube is fine. Barricade, yeah, it's fine. C4, dome shield, yeah, the change to the dome shield was good. Even the top players, they still use the dome shield. That was a good change. Explosive, all these. RPG, yeah, 100 damage max. 100 damage max. I'll keep saying that. But it won't happen. 100 damage max though for the RPG. Folks, that has been my Season 4 wish list for the finals. A lot of these things are wishes rather than predictions. Some of them are predictions, especially those ranked changes. But for the most part, I think we're going to get a good season. I think we're going to get a good update. I think Embark has this one because the new Black Ops game is releasing. The new games are coming out in October. So I think they want to get this one right and they want to stay on top of the game and its problems. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think for Season 4, they will return to their old ways. Embark will get it right this time. Alright, bros. Thanks for watching the video. Oh yeah, and subscribe.